We are Snowbird Nation. Hey, welcome to Snowbird Nation, a lifestyle connection of resources to designing lives. What is a snowbird, you ask? Well, a snowbird is a person who travels south or west during the winter months in order to escape northern weather and obtain partial relief from the high cost of northern area taxes. So snowbirding is that act of traveling and living part of the year and spending part of the time in southern and western areas to enjoy the beautiful climate and all the south and west has to offer, while at the same time avoiding the harsh polar vortex that may be coming in the winter weather of the north. Feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, podcast, YouTube, Vimeo, and elsewhere, for we are Snowbird Nation, and I am the voice of Snowbird Nation, Mike Searcy. Snowbird Nation is divided into 2 segments per episode. Segment 1 is dedicated to education and opportunity for you or those of you who want to learn more about snowbirding. Segment 2 is dedicated to those of you visiting the Valley of the Sun, whether you're visiting now for a number of months or a short vacation with us here in Arizona. We're going to go over what exciting events are happening, as well as cover the real estate market numbers to date. So you will want to stick with us on today's show. Segment 1 starts right now on Snowbird Nation. Okay, welcome back to Snowbird Nation. Hey, we are back on the air after a little bit of a hiatus with the COVID quarantine and all, but here in Arizona, everything seems to be opening all back up. With me today, I have a special guest in the studio today, and that special guest is Brooks Mashmeyer, co-founder of our Snowbird Nation real estate group, brokered by EXP. Brooks, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Snowbird Nation. We are back. Come back off the mountains, get off your boat, step outside your RV. We are opening back up. The nation as a whole seems to be opening back up. Walking down the street, there are more people in town. Yeah, they're wearing face masks. Yeah, they're keeping their distance, but we are back. We are tired of being inside of our homes. Our kids are lovely, don't get me wrong, but sales are picking up. I'm already doing a lot of video walkthroughs of pre-open houses. People are getting ready for the grand reopening of the nation.
Brooks, tell me about a virtual tour.
Oh man, I did one just yesterday. 4,700 square foot home with a basement and AZ. Very hard to come by. 16,000 square foot lot with a diving pool. This place was made in 2005, not 1985. It's a new home with a diving pool. I couldn't even believe it. But a video walk tour through tour is basically exactly what it is. I love things that have directions in the title. A video walkthrough tour. You take a video and you give a tour as you walk through the entire place. Speaking about the attributes of the place, the built-in stone cabinetry, the walnut interior, the hardwood floors, the grandiose basement. And basically, you just go through the front door and talk to your camera as if it was your buddy, explaining room by room, scenario by scenario. This gigantic house had a built-in casita. We started in the casita, looped around there, went to the grand formal dining room, talked all about that. And the owner himself didn't want to get on camera, but he was in the background every now and then with a little sombrero passing through, giving me pointers, which is always fun. I love it when the owners are involved with their own videos.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and this is one of the things we've been doing at Snowbird Nation since the founding of Snowbird Nation. In fact, when we have buyers like yourselves coming from Chicago, coming from Maryland, coming from Canada and the like, people call us and say, well, I'm interested in this house. Can you do a video walkthrough for me?
Oh, heck yeah.
And that's exactly what we do. One of the interesting things about now, in our time of what has been self-quarantine, lockdown, whatever we want to call it, one of the great things about it is now we're doing this for people that are even local here in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brooks, so now that we've done that, what else is actually happening in the market?
It's fascinating, the market. Okay, I've been joking with people. I have a whole lot more time on my hands, but my sales are consistent. So how the hell is this possible? How is this even possible? 9 out of 10 people who come to an open house are there with their date, and they're looking around. They're not really interested in buying, but they're buying time, and they're making a cheap day out of it. I've done it myself multiple times because I love real estate, so I love walking around and seeing how people decorate their houses and everything. But guess what? Those people are not taking the chance of date day anymore. They are staying in their homes. Only serious buyers, only serious sellers are out right now. So every time my phone calls or every time I get an email about a property, boom, that's a serious person. There are no looky-loos right now. You got to take every single phone call very, very seriously. And the days in the market are down. What was about 68 days in the market is now about 54 days in the market. It went down almost 20%. So what's happening is people are flooding down. Whether it's hearsay or not, sunshine and heat kills everything in my car. I don't know about you, but the nation wants sunshine and heat. It's the natural remedy for about the past 500 years. About
Right.
every disease, you know. That's why they come down to Arizona. The clean air, the clean sky, the clean everything. Nation is coming down and mopping up what little inventory we still have. So that being said, the video walk tours they're working. People are buying out of state, sight unseen, well, video unseen. They've seen it through a video and they like it, right?
Right, sure.
So they're still buying up the marketplace, which is making a limited marketplace, but more buyers in general. More people are interested. Nobody's going to Detroit. Nobody's going to Seattle. My brother's penthouse in Manhattan, I believe, is 250 days in the market, and it has nowhere near insight to actually sell. I think he was telling me the other day that they had 6 sales in Manhattan last month. 6.
Oh my goodness.
For obvious reasons.
So the rest of the nation essentially is actually turning into a buyer's market, but here in Arizona we are still in a rapid seller's market because we have people coming down here primarily because they say this rumor, right? I don't know anything about the rumor. I'm only going to go ahead and say what I've heard, and who knows if it's true. Is the heat killing the virus? People believe it. Regardless of about whether or not it's true, people are buying this. And because of that, before the virus, Maricopa County was the #1 fastest growing county in the United States, and it hasn't changed.
Hasn't changed.
People are still coming down here in droves, and now they believe they're coming down here actually to escape the virus.
It's a double whammy. It's a double whammy. We are positioned between California, Colorado, and the rest of the nation. Californians are coming in with their money. They got no problem buying and selling right there. Colorado, they're waking up to a snowy day. They realize they don't like snow. Denver's a beautiful place. I love to visit. But I love not having my snowy winters. So, yeah, they're coming in droves. And you could see it on the way up to Lake Pleasant. You could see it on the way to Prescott. There are people just living out in the middle of the desert. There's teepees out there. There's RVs out there. And they haven't moved for weeks. I mean, the nation's coming down. If they can't find a spot, they're going to make a spot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And speaking about making a spot, Brooks, tell us a little bit about your knowledge, background, and current state of the market with VRBOs, vacation rentals.
Goodness. So background, I used to do ghetto houses south of the 10, and it was fantastic. Those are my people. I love the clientele. Fourplexes, they rock. There's a lot of squeaky wheels involved, and the money is maybe, let's just call it a 15% return if you're doing it right, which means you say no a lot. Then I got into long-term traditional renters north of the I-10, and that, the return is even less. It's like 6-7%, but they're not as squeaky wheels, so take what you want there. But then I got into vacation renters, and that's like a 30-40% return. I mean, I'm making 45-50 grand off of a single property that costs 400 grand. You do the math. It is insane. So I moved over to that, plus the squeak is gone. They are here to party. They are here to have a good time. All they do is call you up and ask you how to get a chicken, because they don't know the area.
How to get a chicken live? Live chicken?
I had this one grandma that I talked to for probably 18 minutes. She was coming down for Thanksgiving, and grandma wanted to make sure the turkey was set and the fixings were set and wanted to know which store was good and which store wasn't. And little side promotion, I'll push Honey Bear all day. They have 2 slogans, Mike. You want to hear their slogans?
Absolutely.
Honey Bear Barbecue downtown Phoenix has 2 slogans. First slogan, you don't need no teeth to eat our meat.
Well, I guess that helps the people, especially the elderly, that might be sharing teeth, right?
Yeah, it's tender, it falls off. And then the other one is put a little south in your mouth.
Put a little south in your mouth.
Woo! And they do.
I'm gonna hope we're all talking about Southern cooking.
Yeah. Well, it's smoked turkey. I've been smelling my fingers for days after Thanksgiving. So I talked to this grandma, and I talked to the Canadian partiers, and this, that, the other. And
right.
For the past, 3, 4, 5 years, it's been building up, and I get a good reputation about it. I'm a personable guy. I love talking to these people.
Okay.
And then February came.
And then February came
2020. Pooh! The ball dropped. Pandemic happened. International flights canceled. People canceled. I gave back thousands of dollars. I'm not talking a little hit. I'm talking about the hit of a lifetime. I gave back thousands of dollars. Thank God I am a great real estate agent and I have additional sources of income, or else I would have to liquidate everything, which is actually happening right now.
Okay.
The people who can't afford it, who can't stomach the changes in it, are selling their properties. So it's an ample time to get a Scottsdale property if you want a party pad, that's for sure. So I have to give back thousands of dollars, and I manage other people's vacation rentals as well, and I had to give back their thousands of dollars, which sucks. I could do it myself, but to give somebody else's monies away, that hurts even more. I believe it's like the third rule of Ferengi. Once you have their money, never give it back.
Right, sure.
So I had to break that
Gotta
rule.
love the Star Trek reference in there.
Gotta love the Star Trek reference. But yeah, it's true. It's true in form.
But let me go ahead and just go for those of you that are paying attention and have been paying attention to our Snowbird Nation previous podcasts, you will have remembered that we talked about, especially if you're looking for a second home or thinking about forecasting a retirement here in the near future, meaning in the next few years. Now's a really great time to even start looking at picking up a home that you're eventually going to move into. But what if you were to make it an income producing property now?
Right.
And one of the reasons I keep talking about over the past few episodes, but we were on the air earlier, that we are interested in having you come talk to us is because Brooks is our existing expert and guru in vacation home rental, both modification and management. And how do you set it up? Even if you're going to manage it by yourself from a distance, and it's certainly possible. We have those clients. It is. But one of the things that we talk about is it's a good time now, and the time's now starting to turn around, right? It's coming back. It's a good time to find a VRBO?
March. As of March. February kicked me in the teeth.
Okay.
February it took me in the alleyway and kicked me in the teeth. But then I reduced the price because it's a product like any other product. And from March to June is booked. March to June is booked. It's a bunch of Coloradoans. It's a bunch of locals who are getting their homes renovated because they were living in their home long enough to realize they needed to renovate it, and then they realize they don't want to be in their home while they renovate it.
And in quarantine, they're staring at that bathroom going, God, I want to change that.
Got to redo this closet. I hate these carpets. There's a lot of renovations going on right now, for sure.
Okay.
So vacation rentals are back. That's more local than not. There's zero Canadians. We could all understand why. But the local tri-state area, Colorado, California, Arizona, is coming in, and I'm booked. I'm back. I'm back, baby. My teeth got put back into place, maybe not in the right order. I learned something. I learned something for this whole experience, but that's what a shift is, and you've got to take advantage of these shifts in the market. They don't come around all that often. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, folks. Take advantage of shifts while they appear, because if you don't, we're going to go back to normal. The interest rates are going to be stable, if not higher, because how can they possibly go lower? They cannot go lower.
And right now, there's still there are a number of banks and lending institutions that have actually taken a little bit of a step back in terms of its lending, but they're even now coming and loosening up those strings a little bit because they were saying, well, with all these people possibly losing their jobs or getting laid off, they were looking at other people as being a higher risk. Well, snowbirds, especially those looking for second homes, for example, vacation homes or investments.
They got their ducks in a row.
They have their ducks in a row. And so, and having said that, boy, we've got the lenders who are absolutely lined up, ready, and willing to watch your back and work for you.
Completely true. So we have a shift in the market where the interest rates are insanely low. Like there are no more brakes on this wagon. They're that low. And the housing shift is shifting. People who don't have the stomach for it are putting their places up in the market, and they'll be gone in 52 days. That's what the demand is looking like. So if you're looking at taking advantage of this before the rise and increase of the cost of the housing market in general, just like it was before, it's going to be even more in the future because there's a limited stock available. So keep your eye on the market, contact us, have us do a search for you because you got to be on the ball every day to get the property that you want. And it is more likely now more than ever to get the property that you want because it is a huge shift in the marketplace.
Fantastic. And what kind of what kind of market is Snowbird Nation having right now? What kind of sales do we have, and how many listings do we have?
Oh God, we're approaching almost $4 million in market value for sale. It's fantastic. I have one place that is counted in the $4 million, but it's not even on the market yet. It's got a contract.
So we've got pre-market sales
We got
happening.
pre-market sales.
Wow.
It's insane. It's because we have multiple houses for sale on the same street, so they see our sign and they're like, oh, well, how about this house? I didn't see that on the MLS. I didn't see that on Zillow. What's that about? Contact the owners. The owners let them see the place. Boom. Contract. Done. Tied up. Tied up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really quite remarkable. I'd like to say the best deals happen quick for everyone. Absolutely everyone enjoys a quick deal, and that's kind of what's happening right now. 52 days in the market is a quick deal. Like I said, my brother's penthouse in Manhattan, over 250 days in the market, and with no end in sight over there. The average days on the market usually are what, Mike, like 60, 80?
60, 80, and we're in a 30-day market here. But basically means that if you put a contract on a piece of property right now, within 30 days, you've already got the keys.
And have no fear, there is no pressure. Within those 30 days, there's inspections, there's everything else you need to do to check out the property to see if you like it. And if you don't like it, there's multiple reasons you could back out of it.
What I call the buyer's remorse exit ramps out of the contract.
Yes. So find your property that you like, near and far, whatever, videos. We'll do anything to show you this place because we love it. We love real estate.
Love real estate.
I've renovated houses. I built houses in Colorado. We're sitting in a over 3,000 square foot home that I personally renovated. Added a second master bedroom. Added 2 bathrooms. I love 1972 builds, Mike. You want to know why?
Why is that?
No tension slab.
Oh, no tension
No
slab.
tension slab. You could do whatever you want to this foundation. You could go 2 stories. You could add bathrooms. You could do a bowling ring. You could put a pool inside the house.
We could put a podcast studio.
You could do a podcast studio.
Right?
That's right. That's right. So you find yourself one of these little gems like I did. No tension slab, 1972 build. Cost, I think, about $450,000 to buy. It's worth about $800,000, probably $780,000. You know, definitely worth it. I use it as a vacation rental. Many heads and beds here. It is a party all the time. And it's funny because this particular house, there's also a second part of vacation renters I never really conceived of before. But when it comes back, the sports industry. I had Little Leagues showing up here where the entire team was staying in one house. And it's a phenomenal thing. The coaches get to like wake up the kids on time. Everybody has meals together, does their prep work, goes to the game, comes back. There's ample enough showers for everybody. And it's less of a party scene than the Canadians. The Canadians get crazy. Just crazy.
Right.
So like I've really directed this one towards Little League. It's been an amazing return. And the money's the same. So what do I care?
So what do you care? That's excellent. So when we know the market is constantly changing, so shift happens, right? And so having said that, let's go ahead and Brooks, for those people that haven't already figured this out, that we are certainly open and available for answering any questions.
Oh, God, yeah.
How would people get a hold of you at Snowbird Nation?
Oh, call us at the office. Call us at the office. Best thing to do is hear my fun voice, right? 623-203-3903. Call, text, do some smoke signals. I'll catch it all. We are all over the internet. We are all over the radio. We are all over our phones. We are tied to our phones all day, every day. My CRM looks like my Tinder account. I'll be swiping right and left with people all day. No problem at all. But if you want to get a hold of us through the email as well, Mike, what is your email?
Mine is Mike at snowbirdnation.us.
.us. We are still working on that .com, folks. Guy who owns it is out in Mesa, and he's a curmudgeon. But we will get there. We will get there. I love having goals. Once again, the office phone number is 623-203-3903. Call us for your real estate needs. Call us for your vacation rental needs. Call us just to talk. That's what we do. It's fun. It's fun being a real estate agent because it's a license to socialize. And another thing I like about this pandemic thing going on right now, Mike, is everybody I call answers their phone.
How about that, huh? They're all bored enough to answer their phone to find out at least who's on the other end calling.
They answer, they want to talk, they want to schmooze, they want to chat. And,
Right.
These people, I've been keeping in touch with them for about a year now, if not longer. I know their kids' names. I know their birthdays. And it's all in the CRM. I have notes on everybody and what they're looking for and where they're at and stuff like that. Once again, the best deals happen quick. So call us, boom, bam, get a place, done, and then we'll be friends for life. But if you want to work up to that, because you got to work on your credit, we have great creditors. If you want to work up to it for your debt-to-income ratio, we have great debt relief programs through another oncoming Snowbird Nation realtor named Roman Stanton. He does debt relief.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things, if I can shift gears for a moment, because enough people know me as the professor, as your chief real estate advocate on the market. And one of the things that we often do specifically is make sure that when we do represent somebody, we are paying real close attention to making sure that our clients' backs are fully protected and that they're getting the best representation they can possibly get by law. I want to shift gears a little bit on that one just for a moment. We want to talk about what people know you for, Brooks. What one of your favorite pastimes happens to be, and what gold fever has anything to do with it. We're going to do that right on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
You've been listening to Snowbird Nation with your host, Mike Searcy. To find out how you can become a member, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Snowbird Nation. Simply click on Become a Patron to join. You'll receive private investment opportunity, exclusive content, monthly news, and real-time industry updates. Join us every week right here on Snowbird Nation.
I want to talk a little bit about Brooks and what people know you as, and your favorite hobby and pastime.
Okay.
What do they know you as?
Well, let's just premise this. I'm not that of a crazy guy. I'm a single father, and I have been since I was age 20, so I have a good head on my shoulders, but I love people, and I love to socialize, and I love to be physically fit, and I love gold. I got into gold mining probably about 5 to 7 years ago, and I can't stop. For how inert the metal is, there is a gold fever out there. It's a beautiful thing. So I used to go camping a lot, and these trails would take me out into the middle of nowhere, into the middle of gold mines. Usually that's the only reason why there's a road in the middle of nowhere, is to take you to a gold mine. So I figured out there were gold mines, and I started upping my equipment, and I started gold panning. And that first flake that I saw against the black sands, that golden flake against the black sands, got me hooked. Absolutely hooked. It looks like nothing else out of the ground. There's no patina on it. It never rusts. It's heavy as heck. It's malleable. You could hit it with a hammer and make it flat as a potato. You've seen those golden mosques. You've seen those golden churches over on the east side. That's like an atom thin.
Sure.
And they're like hundreds of years old. They don't patina. They're fantastic. And then, the nerd side of me comes out when I start looking further into it. And do you all know what gold is? You know what it is? It's the explosion of a supernova. When a sun implodes and then explodes, it's the universe's cauldron to make uranium and lithium and lead and gold and all the other heavy metals that there are out there. So when I see a piece of gold now, I think that's some universe's sun somewhere that had decayed, imploded, and then exploded throughout the entire universe. Lord knows how old it is, but one little fleck of gold has more of a story to tell than this actual Earth does.
My goodness. And so you've actually picked up a little bit of a nickname even in the real estate world, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am great at meeting people. I am great at prospecting leads, and I'm great at prospecting gold. So they call me the Prospector.
The Prospector.
Mm-hmm. You'll notice my card has a gold pickaxe on it as well, because I do carry a pickaxe around with me in my truck all the time. I don't know where you keep your pickaxe, but mine is in my truck all the time.
I actually don't have one, so I don't keep one. But
you never know when you get the urge to dig. You never know when you get the urge to dig.
Well, at least you're not burying shallow bodies, right?
Yeah, well, there is that option. Got to fill the hole sometime, for sure.
Right,
but I also take our clients and our friends and our family out. Mike, I took you out the other day.
That you did. It was one of the most exciting experiences I think I've ever had. Kind of going out in the middle of what appears to be nowhere, hiking out with a couple of shovels and a couple of pickaxes and a huge sorting machine that you had on your back. What was that called?
It was called a blower, but it is a dry sluice mechanism, which is a whole nother episode.
Sounds like a whole nother episode. But to suffice it to say, it was a machine that you plugged into a battery. I carried a car battery. It was the strangest thing. Here I am hauling a car battery out into the middle of the desert so that you could plug this machine onto it and watch this thing vibrate and sort stuff down to these heavier pieces.
Classify.
Which then eventually we wound up, obviously, after a whole day's worth of work, figuring out that we actually picked up some gold just going out in the middle of of nowhere and digging in the desert.
Yeah.
And it's really a fascinating concept, and I can see why that whole term prospector kind of fits you in multiple ways. So it's an apt name for one.
I put my time in. If you do the right thing repeatedly, you're going to come up with the gold. And that has to do with real estate as well. If you do the right thing repeatedly, treat people right, get in front of them so you remind them that you're a real estate agent, and once again, treat them right. If you do the right thing over and over and over, you will have success.
That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. And so you are making this offer to any of Snowbird Nation. They become
heck yeah, labor?
Free
labor?
They become our clients. You'll take them gold hunting.
Yes. If you become our clients, I will take you gold hunting. Hunting in the desert. I know the sweet spots, and believe me, it takes years to understand and see the ground for what it is. But drop us a line, call us up. We'll let you know where the gold is at, and we'll let you know where the house gold is at as well. There is a lot more money in the real estate if you want to be able to be a flipper or save money, stop being a renter. But for the pure joy of it, get some gold. Put it on your shelf. It'll never patina. It'll never go away. It'll never rot.
And it always gleams with your dreams.
Nice. So call us where real estate dreams take flight, 623-203-3903, and we'll teach you where the sweet spots are for gold in Arizona.
And again, this is Snowbird Nation that you've been listening to. My name is Mike Searcy, your host of Snowbird Nation. You can reach me at mike@snowbirdnation.us.
You've been listening to Snowbird Nation with your host, Mike Searcy. To find out how you can become a member, go to Patreon, that's patreon.com/Snowbird Nation. Simply click on Become a Patron to join. You'll receive private investment opportunity, exclusive content, monthly news, and real-time industry updates. Join us every week right here on Snowbird Nation.